Hi, I'm Sterling with Farming Mini, where it's my goal to bring you along on our journey to learn and grow together.
Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about tomatoes and the way that we're going to try to prune them this year. There are a lot of opinions about how to prune tomatoes and why and if you even should. So there are a few reasons why we prune our tomato plants. Number one is we want to keep the leaves off the ground. When you prune your tomato plants to keep the leaves off the ground, that helps prevent tomato blight. Tomato blight is a soil-borne disease. Number two is airflow. What we've learned in the past is that keeping the tomato plants trimmed in a manner that helps allow airflow to get through reduces risk of disease. In South Carolina here, we have a lot of humidity in the summer months, and allowing that airflow to get through is going to be helpful to not allow that humidity to stay in between all the leaves. And the third reason is the managed size. As you can see, this year we're going to prune pretty heavy. And what that's hopefully going to do for us is going to give us better quality over the quantity. In the past, we've let our tomato plants just grow with a little bit of light pruning. And those tomato plants got huge but also produced a lot of fruit. Now, we weren't able to get to all those tomatoes, and if you can't get to all those, that's going to cause them to over-ripen and then eventually rot. Rotten tomatoes that are hidden inside your tomato plants are going to attract pests, which isn't good for you or your plants.
As Jason mentioned, when you prune, you want to make sure that you get any leaves that are touching the ground. You can see in this video that I have definitely made sure we've taken care of any leaves that are touching the ground. The other pruning you want to do is the suckers. Suckers will shoot out at a 45-degree angle, and you want to make sure that you cut these out. Be sure to make clean cuts that are close to the stem.
The tomato plants have been pruned. I was putting a lot of the trimmings into a bucket, but there are a few that I saved I wanted to show you. So this may just look like it should get trashed, but in fact you can grow another tomato plant from here. So if you look closely, you'll even see that the stalk has these tiny hairs on it. And those hairs will all turn into root. So I'm going to come in and just trim off the leaves, all of them, down to just the bare root, until it looks like this. So this stick can actually be rooted. I'm going to need a much bigger cup than the one I brought out here, but you can fill it all the way up to here. You could put it here, and wherever you go, you're going to get a root system. This sad guy will come back to life. He's just been sitting here waiting for me. I did this with a few others as well. So you see here, it kind of looks like a big piece of broccoli. But all these tiny hairs can be root systems. This one and this one. So we've got 3. The one I cut with you is 4. And then this one I thought was interesting. This was one of the plants had gone completely out of control. This has some little areas where fruit blossoms are about to start. I just thought it was worth saving. Had so much going on here and such a healthy, thick stalk. So I just trimmed off this one and this one, and I'll be able to put this in water. So to kind of speed this up for you, I brought out some that I did about a week and a half ago, and they've been sitting in the water. I just think this is too cool. Each one of those hairs grows thick and coarse, and then these can be planted in the ground. Now I will trim, you see here, I've got this whole root system and then this leaf. I'm going to trim this off and bury it just as deep as I can, because just like the water encouraged this root growth, so will the soil. So I'm going to plant it as close as I can to the top and dig a nice deep hole to get this as much root system as possible. It's going to make for a really strong plant. There are some gaps in my garden where tomato plants just didn't make it, and so there's not many, but I'm going to fill those in and then try to find a home for some of these other tomato plants.
As you can probably tell, we're brand new at this, so I hope that you will like and subscribe to our channel. We'll keep you updated on how these tomato plants are doing with this very heavy style of pruning. And if you have any tips for us, we would just ask that you please post them in the comments. And if you like this kind of content, please give us a thumbs up so that we know and we'll create more. Thanks.